I just cut the video short if you watched the one previous to this one. So even here you can see how there's a level of history that's spoken about when it comes down to Dark Souls. Equip staff, sorcery, basic. Okay, it says many sorceries inflict damage, or whatever. This tells you passes on. No history there. Offers greater, whatever, slower, blah blah blah. Improves on whatever, strengthens, whatever. Farron Dart, a variation of Soul Arrow developed by sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. So, you know, they had a connection to teach, you know, the Farron Keep, the people who are down there, magic. And, you know, I don't know when exactly they decided to teach them that. I don't know if it was after the, you know, when fire started to fade, or before fire started to fade. But I plan on expounding upon it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. And we're off to do some damage. I have to switch up my weapon, just jog it out a little bit. Oh man. I'm the golden boy. Honestly. So let's get in back to the lore. We've already had a good fight. You're dealing with the crystal sages now. You can bounce all over the place with these two type of things. I mean, there's a bunch of different aspects to Dark Souls that you simply just you gotta collect the items and read them to really get it. You know, when I say really get it, I mean like really get it. You know. I'm in my kitchen fighting temptation right now. I'm in like the biggest fights in my life right now, just to overcome certain things. It's like a struggle to it. You know, I don't like calling it hell because it's not hell. It's just the levels that need to be passed in life so you can be stronger for the next fight. Ways to have purpose, and that purpose is, you know, whatever it is that's driving you. You know, I would love to have some more purpose in my life. You know, that will be such a great thing. You know, and I do. You know, just have to make a choice what you want to do. This, you do that. Everything has like a journey of learning that has to be done according to achieve those things. At least that's the way it seems to me at times. And other times, I'm like, I'm ready to take on the next big thing to grow. Like, what's wrong? Playing, that other game I was playing, Mortal Shell. I just bugged out. It is bugged out. Truly. You know what? Let me put my sign over here now. So, I'll jump back into it. There's not a lot of weapons. Besides the Crystal Sage Rapier, I think it shares possibly a connection to something, but in a way it does, because one of their souls came out of their body when you kill them, which was obviously greater than his brothers, right? Because the one guy you kill in Farron's Keep, he drops a soul for you, and you can trade it in for this rapier or something else. I'm not sure actually. I do believe I have the item. I don't. I don't know. I do not know. The funny thing is that the like, okay, again, you know, you gotta look between the lines of the connection. If we want to know. Oh no! So I hope you guys don't mind. I got my podcast running, so yeah. So find some connections between the crystal twins and this rapier that you can choose to come from your soul. Where was I? Yes, a crystal twins. So, their connection to who was the infiltrator in the Grand Archives? You know. Thanks for the heal. Coming in right now. Poison. So his energy gonna keep going down. No doubt about it. Oh, come on, don't jump over here, man. Come over here. Alright, get my energy back now. Oh, he's bloodshot. Chop that ass up, boy. Still managed to shave me down. That's alright. Oh, there you go. I figured it was gonna be the big swing after a little swing. Like, right after. Caught me real good. Oh, man. Alright. So. Back to some Darksouls. So, these crystal sages go over to this. I don't know what their connection was with the bottom. Seems as if something is off. Something's really off. I'm still trying to find out, because it's like there's the twin demon princes that you fight, and then now we have the crystal sages, which are also connected to the archives and also connected to Farron's keep. Twins for each section of a place that went from a descendant to from transition. What do I mean by that? Well, the twin demons are guarding the world of the Ring City, and with that being said, the opposite of that, right, would be the crystal sages. When you go to the Lothric's castle, the twins are locked up in there. They use pairs, but what does it mean? Because it couldn't have been planned for the crystal sages to come in place. I mean, it could have, but the question is, like, where did they come from? Were they just two individuals? They were twins at the same place? They went to school? Possibly. But what school would they have gone to? The school of Venheim is right there in Farron's Keep. That to me seems like they were teaching humans, or, well, you can say humans, but they're teaching humans to learn about the sorceries. So why would we find another sorcerer in Farron's Keep? You find two sets of his clothing. He obviously crept, sneaking in a hood. That's how he gets in and out from that place, more or less. Yeah, I don't know. I just know when you get there, you find his place. and his place is crawling. You know, it has a whole bunch of different scrolls everywhere. Um, I mean, obviously, he's looking for old sorceries, you know, and these are like ruins. So you have all these different types of undead crawling, walking around, protecting it, and obviously he made it through, right? So when you find him there, he just, you know, he tells you like, you know, you promise to give, you know, pass on whatever scrolls that you find, and I'll teach them to you. He'll decipher them. So that's a fair trade. He gets to keep the scroll because the scroll is literally like a hard copy of how to do it, and it's a very profound thing to find something like that because the concept has to be made in which you're going to use magic, and when they give you the ideas in the scroll in which how to do it, how to go about it, whether it be cantations, whatever, these hard copies are very important to still have there because it's like, you know, I'll give you an example. Naruto, if anybody watched the series, had a hard time creating the Rasengan. The Rasengan was a very, very, very far advanced technique than it seems. Um, it helped him in two ways, and develop. He was having a very hard time controlling his chakra, you know, which is natural, because his body's out of whack. It's it seems to be almost severed from his own chakra system in a way, because I think the way the energy flows, it's somewhat tethered to the nine-tailed fox, and that chakra doesn't seem to flow as it should flow. He doesn't have control as he should, but he develops it over time with practice, obviously, like anything else, right? Anyway, the point is, how he learned to do the Rasengan was completely different than Jiraiya and his father. Okay, his father learned it probably the same way Jiraiya had learned it, right? But Jiraiya had a hard time learning it, and it was very different. Well, I think, yeah, it's not easy. Well, it can be easy depending on how much control you have over your chakra in doing it. Kakashi could do it. I don't know how. I mean, he's an amazing person, and I think by having him know how to do it, kind of gives him an idea of how it needs to be done. Obviously, it was a very, that blast, if developed correctly, can really do a lot of devastating damage, and to be able to multiply it, it just causes more and more of a catastrophic bomb that goes off, of energy, of chakra. And they have a lot. They know how to pass their energy on to Rasengan now, you know, as they get older, because they grow wiser to their body. Anyway, it does kind of get deep like that, but either which way, everyone had a certain, and no matter the person, Naruto had went to like 3 or 4 different people trying to see if somebody can, how they use chakra, and see if that flow is the same. So, you know, he was told to go talk to, you know, Azuma, when technique, which is wind technique. Um, Kakashi, you know, he only knows how to do electricity and fire, but the concepts he can teach him, he learns and obtains it, but he has to figure out how it works to get it to go. And of course, he sent him to Azuma because he told him that, you know, he uses his energy similar to the way the energy of what you're trying to do with air, with, you know, with wind technique, your wind element. So So, he did, and it helped him out, and he took those two ideas, put it together, and then he was able to formulate how to mold the chakra into um, to getting it to be the elemental, which is the air, play with the air. So, what's the importance? The importance is that at least somebody has something written down that made it very easy for anybody who can do sorcery. Here's the easiest way to explain it in the most simplest form. Or if it's intricate, at least here are the ways to how it works, so that the concept can be placed in our mind appropriately. And that's why they save a lot of different scrolls. The very first thing Naruto stole was a scroll. So, and it was a technique on it. So, anyway, going back to in this world of Dark Souls, you got people who learned in Farron's Keep. My sign isn't down, is it? Oh my goodness. I could have swapped for my sign down. That's crazy. I'm sitting here talking, waiting to be summoned. Where was I? I was in Magic. So they were close to Farron's Keep. And obviously, I mean, the way I want to look at it is that there had to be some sort of bridge of connection rather than having the two worlds constantly go at each other. Somewhere down the line, people tend to seek peace, and it looks like maybe that's what they was trying to do by teaching them a little bit of what they know. Alright. think it. Oh, just add a new thing to my arsenal. Right. I gotta do, just throw some glitter out there. Oh, I'm still missing the slot, man. Come on. No, nothing. Um, yeah, my slide is open. What could I use though? Yeah, there's some. Alright, so what was I, Hey, we're talking about magics and things like that, and the connection to the fans. Key, the Crystal Sage brothers, yeah, twins. Um, we know they had a pupil named Kremlin. I don't know how important that is, but when they put that in there, I tend to just take it and just kind of just lay it somewhere. Um, I haven't forgotten, although I haven't applied it to anything because I'm too busy trying to find out other stuff. But you know, why would Richter be in this game and in part one? Um, you meet him in the fortress of Zen. I know because I fought him. And Then you meet him again at Archdragon's Peak being summoned by another dragon. You know, the funny thing about that, I mean, well, he's summoned by a snake. Um, the funny thing about that, right, which I didn't really pay too much attention to, was that you can summon, no, they can summon Havel the Rock from that location. Come on. That's not pure, you know, coincidence. We don't know why Richter was there at the Fortress of Zen. You know, at a random spot. You know, we don't know why he was there. We could make something up. You know, but no item descriptions really say why he was at the Fortress of Zen. And they definitely don't say anything about too much of his business. Strikingly decorative rapier with an undead print spoken in ancient stories. Okay, an undead prince. Who's the undead prince? Like, he's in the Fortress of Zen, and, you know, obviously he's undead because he made his way all the way to Archdragon's Peak. I wonder why he would take such a desired route. Maybe he just got caught up, you know, in there. I don't know. But in Zen's fortress, there are snakes. There's snake men in there. And that's those snake men. He's in a place where there's snake men. Right? And then again, in part 3, he's in a place where there's snake men and snake-like beings. So, he's there being summoned, and he fights with his crown still, with his rapier. And then, I don't know what they say in part 1, but I can find out by researching this weapon. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too much to run on, just like this, because it doesn't really leave us anywhere. It says, although many of the tales surrounding the prince are questionable. What many tales? What many tales? The surrounding the prince are questionable. This thrusting weapon suggests that the stories of the great technique were in fact true. Of his graceful technique. Well, yeah, he does use the rapier pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Victor's lunge press. Blah blah blah. So, yeah, but the undead prince spoken of in ancient stories, and I'm saying to myself, in ancient stories, he's been ripped out of history. Could Richter be the undead prince? I mean, the nameless king. He's summoned right before you fight the nameless king himself, or did he just die and just become one of those puppets to be used? The snake uses to protect the temple. I don't know. Right? We know that they, you know, it's just weird because at the top of that building, there's Havel. And he's standing there at a dragon. And it's like, all of these things leave everything in question. Like, obviously, we can't say, okay, Havel is Richter. it just doesn't put right. It doesn't set right, you know, because they're summoned at the same spot, right? So we're gonna have to make them separate, having their own separate personal situations or whatever. Now they said that your man Havel might have been running with, you know, a cult in part one, and that's why they locked his ass up, because you find his armor and his stuff next to a shield that threatens the gods. And my thing is that if there was already something, a presence of an enemy back then to go after Gwen, you know, that means that there were people working on the side of the witches of Izalith, you know, whatever powers that be that were there, you know, whatever stood before, in front of them, you know. We don't know what the situation is, but, you know, there's no women up in Archdragon's Peak that we can see. And why do I say that? Because I can't really say that they sided with nah. It just doesn't. I don't know. It has to make sense. I don't know. But there's just too many things that were going on up there. You know, and they talk about this undead prince spoken of in ancient stories. It's like, yeah, he's nameless king. And then we're like, okay, so in my head, I'm like saying to myself, okay, so they talk about a god of war of ancient lands before to come. You know, in the land of Ferosa. The Ferosa lions. I know that has something to do with Ornstein. And Ornstein was not considered to be the son's firstborn. Maybe he was. I don't know. Because nobody knows. But they said that, well, technically it does. It says that he left to go after the Nameless King. So, who would be the Nameless King? He was already gone out the castle at that point in time. When you get up there in part one, oh, somebody rated my message. That means I gotta go. Because obviously they ain't here. Hold on. They're probably calling me a Ring City, but I'm not going to Ring City right now. Need somebody to help them run around. So yeah. So where did he go? You know, like where was the prince then? He left home. You find Richter, and we don't know if he was working his way up or down. We find him in one of the paths leading to another place or a room all the way up a tower. Who knows? He could have died. Like, let's just say he bumps into you, would be the story, and you kill him. Our Finn Fortress. And the snakes there, are there the men snakes? I don't know. Maybe take their soul and use it. Oh boy. I gotta change up my weapons. Give me a second. This is definitely not the weapon. gotta get rid of this stuff, man. Let me change this shit right now. I think about this is for the other fight, man. Can't use that for that. What would be really better? Either one. Find something that's gonna be beneficial. Oh shit. Thanks, bro. Good, man. Alright, let me see now. What was I gonna pick? I did have heal. A little greater one. I think it's necessary to an extent. And I do have the fire sword equipped, which I don't need for this fight because this thing does not have. think I'm in better shape now. Starting off like a dark blade with the bleed build. You get dark magic damage. Oh, this weapon is good for this fight. It's like all three in one blade. You do a lot of damage. This is perfect. Faster casting. I don't need this. This works miracles. Let's extend. Faster access. I don't know if that's necessary. It's there. Let's see if we do more damage. Still doing bleed damage. Alright, going to another world. Demons, I have equipped it. Why do I have this equipped? What do I have that's a pyromancy? I thought I took them all off. I'm gonna switch that out. Oh, it's one less thing in the field. Vile silence. Science. What you brought on here, man? Heard from you
What's
and
going on, Nova?
oh, chilling, man. How's everything?
It's just been grinding, just working.
I hear
Just started that new job, so they've been busting my hours. I'm working.
you. Yeah.
Man, last time I tried to get on Darksouls, bro, I don't know what was going on, but it wasn't even letting me start logging into the server. But now I'm all good.
Yeah, it was jacking up on a couple people.
You got the family down right now?
Oh, you mean my daughter?
Or you got everybody sleeping? Is that why you're quiet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you noticed.
No, yeah, I'm a family man. I know.
Yeah. Got her routine, so
Yep.
now she like knocks out 6 o'clock and
I'm over.
I mean at 8 o'clock. Oh,
I'm over here. I just signed in. I'm getting marked by some silhouettes, man.
oh shit. Yo, that mortal shell, man.
So what's been the right now? Like, what are we talking about?
Mortal shell?
More show?
Mortal shell.
You been playing it?
Yeah. I for the first time today I played that. I was like, oh my goodness.
Crazy,
First,
right?
what? I was like, oh my god. If they could depict the kind of hell that you could fight out of, Mortal Shell would be just that.
Yeah, man.
I
It's
was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah. Like I just progressed in it. So like right now I'm in this like weird maze of just like like jet black blocks that are just floating in the sky, and I'm kind of like teleporting everywhere using these teleports. It's kind of crazy. But, it's still hard as hell, man. Like I died so many times in the game.
It, man, I it's so good, but it's so bad for you. Cause it just
Yeah.
be knocking off hours and hours of my time. And I'll be getting further every time. You know, I'll try like different paths. And I'm like, alright, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? Then I get a little bold because, you know, I want to search around. I want to find new stuff. You know? And there's only so many ways you can go in there anyway. But there are different paths that you can take.
Yeah.
And I was like, I go down one path, boom, I'm dead. Somebody then came out that was maybe a little too powerful, or it was just too many of them. And I'm like, alright, I guess I'm not ready yet, you know, to do the hardness fast. Because I'm still trying to add it in with my combos. But, you know, you want to freeze him on like a really good shot. Like, I tried to freeze him and I caught it where he's just like swinging the sword. And he's,
Like
you know,
I talking about Harden, right? Using
huh? Harden, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And, you know, like, I would end up, I don't know if it was because of the glitch of the game or what, but it just wasn't doing it on time. So I would end up
Yeah.
stoning myself or stoning myself, hardening myself after the swing when I'm trying to do it before that. But I mean, that's kind of hard to do prior
Yeah.
to a hit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, the timing is way different. Yeah. I noticed that myself when I was playing, and I try to use a harden in the middle of a swing. The
Mhm.
timing is really particular.
Oh man, I was like, you know, sometimes I got it. Like some monsters, you know, they're gonna swing twice. So you be like, one combo I got was just like swing once and then harden, and then that will allow him to swing that second or that first time and just break it, and then I can get a hit in, and then kind of just move back. So I kind of looked at the harden like it was just how do you say
Like a parry or like a shield.
um
Because to me, that's what it was like. It was like a shield. Like you use
yeah.
like a shield, you have harden.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But and I feel like as you go on, they'll probably increase the harden so you can take like 2 hits or harder things. Cause I'm like, yo, that one hit is
I
what?
haven't even gotten that far yet, so you might be right.
I mean, I don't know, man. I ran into this one, uh, whatever you want to call it. I'm still trying to figure out their world, cause man, it was just going too fast. One minute I was in this null zone training, the next minute I got gobbled up by a freaking fish. The next minute I'm crawling out his mouth, and then I come out and there's these stone hedge motherfuckers just praising the fish or what's coming out of the fish's mouth, and I'm like, yo, and then they have like these stone tablets next to them. I'm like, yo, this is on some other world kind of shit, and I like it. I like that. But
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I was like, let me just slow down, cause I'll keep on running forward and learn how to run through certain enemies and then bash certain enemies and fight. And the controls were really crazy at first, like to kind of learn how to use the items that they give you to eat. I know that.
And that's something that they was talking about. Is like with this game,
Hmm.
they're constantly giving you items, right? And you have to use them
Right,
effectively. So
right,
it actually creates like an initiative to make you use your items. You know how you play all these different games, like Red Dead Redemption, and all these different games, like where like they give you items and you don't use them.
right, right.
With this game, it actually gives you an initiative so you actually effectively to use it when it's time to use it.
Exactly. And at first, because the wording is kind of not the wording is different, but just the menu and things like that is different. I kind of just skipped past that, and then when I started learning what the mushrooms before, I was like, okay, so healing. Yeah, I know. Healing, yeah. I mean, but at least they rejuvenate. But it was just horrible. I was like, all right, I gotta wait till this close. I'm thinking like, yo, why didn't I let me pick up the item? I gotta wait. I was like, yo, it's gonna go away. I thought that was like the timer that it was going away. I'm like, yeah, I want another mushroom, but I can't pick it up. But no, I learned that. Right. So I would have to wait until the timer runs out, and then you can pick up another one for free. So I was like, oh man. I was like, I see why they put this here because, and then they'll make you wait on top of that because the fruit has to actually come. I'm so close to the game that by the time that when I die and come back, it hasn't even rejuvenated, but the time is still ticking on the fruit. Does that make any sense? Oh my goodness. I was in question. Crunchy, yeah. Yeah, and then I'm like, are there at least like stop points, man? Or is it all the way through, just straight through? No, man, and it's like losing my mind. All right. Well, that's when isn't that when you copy the person that's on the floor? Yeah. Remember it came out the fish's mouth? Right. Yeah, because I need it, man. Seriously. Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
So look for the armor that looks like a king,
Mm-hmm.
and that will literally easy mode the game because he has the most HP of all the armors.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try it. Cause I went live and I played it. It
Yeah.
got to my nerves, and I was like,
Yeah, no,
oh
no, no,
my
no. If you
god.
want to easy mode it, get that armor.
No, no, I'm playing on normal. I'm playing on
Okay.
normal, man.
No, but no, I'm saying
Cause
figuratively, like, cause like there is no settings when it comes to like hardness.
yeah, there's the story mode,
Like,
the expert mode.
right.
So I was like, I don't even
But
want to
but
know what that
but
shit
what I'm
is.
saying is like if you wanna make the game easier for yourself,
Yeah.
then you need to use that armor.
Okay.
And then the exact opposite
Yeah.
basically is this like shadowy it's kind of almost like a stealth build, and you can like use gas to teleport instead of like rolling. You
Yeah.
actually teleport using gas clouds, and it's got the most stamina of all the characters.
My
So you can
God.
swing the most with that character, but you can only get hit like once or twice before you die.
This thing is adapting and adapting and adapting and adapting and adapting and adapting as it goes along. And I'm like, what demon is this that they pull out? Like the snake, like the thing came from water, it crashed into a building, and these people are sitting there with tablets just praying. Like, oh God.
So look, from the very beginning, the game wants you to question who are these weird demon things possessing others.
Right. You know? And I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just bugged out. I'm just like,
Yeah,
man, this is hell. This is crazy, man.
it's Dark Souls, man.
Oh my God. I
Are you
mean,
still in the book? Are you still in the book campaign?
yeah, yeah, of course, I'm still writing down everything. I'm still trying to figure out certain things. Now, I closed the book on Aldrich for now because at this point in time, it's like, I mean, I can make a figurative idea of his origin, but it's a far cry. Like, it's a far cry. It's just far fetched. It's a little. There is the coincidence of it, but it's about trying to figure out how did that even come about then in the first place. His whole birth thing, like how did he came about, man? Like, what did he think about that made him like that? Yeah. Now, mind you, now if we can take that for face value, right? And I'm glad you said that because that's the part that links everything together. Remember I told you about those little things that are coming out the stomach of the undead. They're all in the cathedral of the deep. The first people to really mess around with human beings, you know, or the dead, if you will, was the Cathedral of the Deep. You know, they started plucking out the Darksouls in the spine, which is the vertebrae area, and creating these dark gems and stuff like that. Alright? Yes. Yes. Right. Now, if you look at one of them on the bottom of the feet, the one that has the staff in his hand, you'll find that he has feet, but they're tied together. Like if that whole thing kind of has him mummified. Now, that's the part that threw me off about Aldrich and him, because Aldrich's situation looks more so like those undead creatures, like what's on the back of their bone tail, that fat part, that's the coccyx bone of the corpse it came out of in the first place, because it comes out the torso area. You know what? It's hard to even say that, and I want to say that because it's like. case too. But how do we explain the back? How do we explain the tail being so fat, just like the rest of those creatures that we looked at investigating? The exact same way. Right. Right. No doubt about that. I mean, it could, yeah. You know, it could be anything. Maybe that's how they get their form back. Think about it like that. This is different types. Because all he had to do was dream about certain people and he gets their ability. You're like, how is that possible? Right? Yeah, and look how they walk. Look how they walk when they come outside of the corpse. On their arms. Right? Because he has nothing to hold them up. That is true. That is true. See, this is why we have to go and investigate, man. And you know, I want to try something with my new game. I don't know if you're starting a new game. I want to try something. Come on. Oh, I'm sitting here trying to beat. My profile, it would be nice to actually. All right. Die. Yeah, but I can come. That's fine. He'll make it out.
Good, man. No, take your time, man. You good?
Did you log in yet?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here finally.
All right. We'll go there. Yeah. Yeah. I had actually I had laid it to the side. I was like, okay, this is as far as I'm getting with this. I was like, so.
I don't mean to cut you off.
What's up, bro? What's up?
All I'm saying is that tonight I can't take too long. I can still about like 1 or 2 minutes.
No, that's cool, man. All you gotta do is just let me know when you're ready to go. That's cool. Alright, cool. Alright, so let me log off. I would have liked to have gotten everything correct on this profile, but
dude, the patches, dude, the nut patches, the gear rat is the hardest thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you complete his quest line, you get the best crossbow bolt in the game.
I can if I look it on YouTube. I can. It's just like, well, when do you go back? You know what I'm saying? To get him to come forward. Sure.
Apparently, this is how it's supposed to progress, okay?
Okay.
So, you unlock him, you free him, you give him a red stone, he's sad for a minute, he comes back, he's fine, he has to kill it, but you send him to the first time, doesn't matter what you do, he comes back, he's gonna ask you to kill us the second time that you're good.
Right.
Before you send him to the village, not only one, to recap the well, and give him his armor back, patches has to be in fire, has to
Yeah, I did that. Right, I did that. The dialogue. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I saw it on my other profile. But yeah. you know, I'm gonna have to do and just kind of feel like I want to follow. I'm not. Yeah, yeah. I'm kitchen right now. Second, I'm just grabbing the stairs. I bet you can hear me now, right? It's like now I'm not moving around, right? Shit, I was moving around and shit. Yeah, I want to be able to follow the tutorials online. Right now, Honey Bunches of Oats, man. Yeah, which one? Which one? Without the oh my god. Ooh, yo, man, listen. And when it comes down to just Captain Crunch alone, I mean, they didn't even have to put the berries, to be honest with you. They could just ride that jump on solo, dog. That just makes it sweeter.
It's the only cereal that you can let it sit there for like 2 or 3 minutes and it won't get soggy.
Yeah, it pretty much holds its phone for a while. But if you eat that shit right off the back, man, that shit is like suicide in your mouth, yo. That shit is like razor blades for. Oh my goodness. I used to be done eating cereal and stuff. I'd be like, why is my mouth like that? I'm like, damn, did I eat a kiwi today? Nah. Oh man. Speaking about toast. Have you had Big Texas toast? No, but Big Texas toast. That's where that shit is made. Facts. Yo, my god, these things hit maybe like a year ago, man. Oh my god, I eat them shits like a fucking English muffin, like a large ass English muffin. Oh man, I put some cheese on top of that sometimes. Barbecue what? It depends. It depends what you mean by that. Like when we cook it on the street on a barbecue, or a barbecue like. No, we do have them, but I mean they'll sell it to us, but nobody wastes their time most of the time at barbecues doing that. They're too busy trying to hurry to eat. You know, snacking on it. Yeah, man, New York. You'd have to go to a venue or somewhere where they literally cook it like that, like a restaurant, and even then they don't even do it the same. It depends on what's popular, you know, like for in the Bronx. Nothing here unless you're going to Little Italy. You got Little Italy, yeah, you know, that's all Italian pasta foods and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But
is there a big Italian culture there?
Depends where you go. Brooklyn, primarily, that's where they live at, and then you would catch a lot more up in Yonkers.
Okay, so it's kind of sectioned out a little bit?
Absolutely. Like each you got Brooklyn, you got Queens, Long Island, Staten Island, Bronx, Manhattan. It depends on the primary people that live in the land. Just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Manhattan is like an array of everything, you know? You know, if you go on by like 125th Street, you're gonna see a lot more black culture things. Or what's more culture to us. Well, they do that on purpose for living purposes.
Adaptability.
Right. In a
Right.
nutshell,
So like
yes.
if you're like an Indian or whatever, you want to be in the, like the Indian section.
Like we have
I see.
Chinatown. Chinatown is in
Yeah,
Manhattan.
I know about Chinatown. Yeah, I know about Chinatown.
Right. They got Spanish Harlem.
Okay. Okay. So that makes sense. Although you want to be like you live in Texas, you know, like you have Latinos and you have Mexicans.
Mhm. 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 Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm one of the few, and I only do that because you're missing out on a whole other culture, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but like here in Texas, like there's no sections. Everybody's just kind of melded in between. But you do have a Latino culture, and
Mhm.
you have an American culture.
Mhm. Mhm.
But in New York, it sounds like you have Italians, you have African Americans, you have Latinos, you have Chinese, whatever, all the different sections.
Mhm.
Which is
Absolutely.
cool. It's cool in its own right. It's just different for me.
Right. Yep. That's New York for you. And all those different places aren't
That's pretty
different
cool.
boroughs. Yeah. Alright, so um
Okay.
I'm gonna go to my file. See if I can find mine.
Are you starting a brand new file?
The other one kinda is. Kinda. Let me go ahead and shut this down.
How's that cereal smacking?
It's pretty good. Hmm.
You like the oats, right? The clusters.
You said the clusters
Yeah.
and oats?
Yeah, the clusters, the bunches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the best part.
Yeah. You like the granola.
Yeah, it's just straight up granola. Sometimes I'll take one of those like Hidden Valley Oat bars and I just crumble it up a little bit of milk and
Oh
just
man.
eat that.
Oh man. That would be.
Talking about the life,
Mm-hmm.
missing out on life for real.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna choose this other file. Load it up. Soulless. I don't know how far I got with him. Well, we always got other games.
Yeah, man, I gotta try some Darksouls. Straight up, like, it just seems like I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna get messed up, man. Like these other characters, because you're only asking for more advanced level characters. Like you're gonna be playing against more professionals.
Mm-hmm. Let's promise that. I'm gonna change this shit out. Hold the phone, science, hold the phone.
I always wonder what is Lula's what is Lula's deal? Like, why is he still alive, but yet he's also a ruler? That doesn't make any sense.
More brain than brawn. It's not like he was gonna fight his way out.
Like he's alive right now. Like he wants to be the last one to die, type of deal.
Mm.
Because like right now, like you're asking for all the lords of Cinder to return their thrones so you can be the boss or whatever. And Lula is sitting. He's just sitting in his seat. He's just waiting, basically to die to serve his purpose.
Yeah, because he can't do nothing else. He can't run. He's fragile. They dragging him in the beginning scenes.
Okay, but then why is he helping?
Why not? I'm gonna die anyway.
Well, like, understandable, but like, he could also oppose the flame. You know, he could be trying to like not help you. You know, but why is he helping
No choice. I
you? I
don't
know
know.
one thing is that he cares about
The what?
Firekeeper. He constantly talks about Firekeeper.
He does. You know, he also has a one. He wanted that. I think that was his creation
His
or
creation was the
something else.
Firekeeper. You think so?
No, no, no. You see what he asks for? The kiln of transposition.
Yeah.
I think he did that shit. He's the reason why. If he's not the reason why, then I got something else for the Great Rock.
Okay. So yeah. So like this run. Remember the run? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we kill the Great Root,
Mm-hmm.
read the kill transition, because I want to know what the fuck that shit says.
Okay.
Like that might sort of insight onto why he's helping us.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me choose my attire.
Have you already killed the Great Root in the profile of Residue?
No, Grey Rat is Grey Rat? Who you said?
The great like
No, I haven't killed it yet.
first run entry.
Mm-mm. I was waiting.
Okay.
I was waiting.
Yeah, because I want to read that transpiration to see why Lubith wants it so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's kind of an interesting character. He's the only of the lords that is trying to help.
Yes, he is. Let me see if I can change it. Almost done.
Can I ask you a question?
So,
How old are you?
29.
29?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm 39.
39?
Yeah.
I said, you sound way older than 29.
Mm-hmm. Well, alright, I don't think I need to buy anything, but Grey Rat is dead in this profile, unfortunately.
Now you know how to fix it, right?
I mean, yeah, once I pass with my other character, I'm doing New Game Plus for this. It stinks, man. It's really bad. Let me go talk to him real quick.
It's just the worst. It's just the worst story of the entire Darksouls game, bro. It's like, it's so easy to mess up.
So, it's Ludlith, the Exile. Right?
What are you referring to?
This is his throne. His throne says Ludlith, the Exile.
Yeah.
So,
The exile.
yes.
Exile.
Yeah, so he did something he wasn't supposed to do. He tells you that in the beginning. You know, he was playing around with the energies that be, and they didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Using fire for a purpose they shouldn't have used it for. So, you know, and there's a lot of people in this game that's been, you know, they have exiled status for certain things, and they're in certain spots.
Fret not, fret not. My feet are here firmly planted. For I am a lord, and this is my throne. Ah, most illustrious Lord Seeker, or should I say, Lord Slayer? Fine kindling for the thrones, is it not? Each soul truly worthy of lordship. And all slain by thy hand, to bind them to their thrones, even in death. Oh, I have no qualms, for as we are to our thrones, thou art to thy duty.
Yeah.
In fact, methinks thou'st helped these poor lords along their rightful path. Now, do not be away.
This is why, when you had asked me about, oh, you know, like where am I up to? And I was talking about the Crystal Sages, right? And somebody whispered into the ear of young Lothric, and that's what turned his whole thing around. right? So we're like,
Yeah,
who,
yeah,
who's
Pontiff.
right now? We say it was Pontiff, right? But what leads you to believe it is Pontiff? We're talking about somebody who was helping, somebody who was close to him in the study, because that's
Right.
where you find the item at. And I said, well, who studies magic? And I said, so you find the twin crystal, the twins. I don't know if they're female or male, but one of them goes to Farron Keep, but they're ready from Farron's Keep because Farron's Keep is right below the school of Venheim, which is where you find this guy at, right? And he's going back there to retrieve old scrolls and things like that, and you happen to bump into him in there. Now, exactly. And one of them decided that they were going to rock out and deal with and make a deal with the Farron Keep to help them and teach them sorcery. This is through item. These are all item descriptions, right?
Right.
So I mean, obviously they're close by. So I think what that did was connect the people to the people in Farron's Keep, probably a long time ago when the tree was still alive. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I was mentioning the Pontiff is because I forget where I read it, but basically something mentions the Pontiff was not a nursemaid, but like some sort of like teacher or something to Lothric. Like he was like like a master to Lothric. He taught Lothric.
Nah.
So I'm trying to figure out
What
where I read
item?
it, bro. I'm trying to figure that out, like right now as we speak. I'm trying to figure out where I read
The only
that.
thing that I saw was where um they spoke about him hiding the girl, the tower, to keep him away from Aldrich.
Where I read that, bro.
Now I could find that for you.
No, let me figure that out real quick, bro. Because I swear I read that somewhere. That it was like Pontiff was like his perfecter, like his like he was the apprentice to Pontiff, and Pontiff, because of his like experience and everything, like he was, I think he was one of he was one of the symbols of the ring, like of the rings. Like he either was the princess or he was the sword, and like the three rings that kind of like guard the king or whatever. So he had a lot of influence in Lothric. So I'm trying to figure out what that was.
All right. So what are the two magics that relate to Lothric? What does he use?
It was North Free and Beta.
Okay. So
And I'm saying he was one or the other. I'm
right.
trying to figure out which one that was.
All right. So look. To get close to the items, right? To see where the connection is at, right? The magic that he used is homing mass, right? But on a much larger scale. And then he also used the crystal soul spear. He shoots that at you while he's on the back of his brother. So it says, according to the crystal sages, Old Big Hat Archive Enlightenment with the Regal Archives, that's part one, I believe, where he came to find the quintessence of sorcery in the faucets of a certain crystal. Now, I don't remember where you find this at or the particular type of crystal. The only crystal we get is a weapon, and it's the crystal sage staff, which basically tells you about its amplification. So it basically amplifies, but it takes more out of the person.
Okay, bro, I just found it.
Yeah?
Okay, you
Okay.
like Lady Badia, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and it's like a 15-minute video, but it explains Solomon the Tyrant and what he did to get him to his power, to the status that he's in. And the majority of it was manipulating the young Prince Lothric. I'm trying to figure out what evidence he used to prove it, but it is there. It's like it's talking about how he was like not the nurse keeper, but like he was like the master, like the professor of the young Prince Lothric. Like the Lothric had, he had faith in those people. He also had intellect.
Mhm.
standing robes.
Right.
He was actually one of the top sorcerers in
Right.
the Great Archives, and
Mhm.
he was training for 12 years to use sorcery. And actually,
Hmm.
I forget where he gets his reference from. The exact reference where it talks about Pontiff being the professor of Prince Lothar. I
Mhm.
forget what he's. I forget
And
where
convinced
he
him
says it's from.
differently. I mean, if
Right.
they say it in an item, then I know that that's got to be true.
Yes,
You know?
that's exactly what I
Damn.
realized. I don't know what item it says it,
Mhm.
but it says it somewhere that Pontiff was his professor.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You know, if especially if he was the one that actually um
Yeah, like maybe the church, maybe the girl that's like that maybe killed by the dancer, maybe she's the wet nurse, and maybe Pontiff was the high sorceress in the Great Archives.
hmm.
Because she's protecting Lothar. She's the one that's protecting you and trying to dissuade you to go fight Aldrich before you even get to fight Prince Lothar.
Well, I think that she's the first line of she's the first line of defense. And you know,
Right.
like I was telling you before about like trying to get them to actually get rid of the other Fire Lords before coming to take Lothric away. I mean, a lot of people get lost along the way, so they don't even make it to this kid, and he just lives on and on and on and on, protected in the
Have you looked
kingdom.
have you looked at the High Priestess tree?
The High Priestess, what?
Have you looked at the High Priestess ring? The
Mm,
faith ring?
let me see. Let me see.
What does it look like?
It looks like a woman holding a child.
An old lady, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the woman that we killed before the dancers.
It could be her. You know what? I couldn't even say no. I couldn't even say no to that. I couldn't even say no because technically she was one of the highest of the highs. You know,
Right.
so
Because
I couldn't even say.
as we know, a woman has the choice of becoming either a firekeeper, a woman, firekeeper, or some sort of like religious priestess, right?
Hmm.
Okay. As far as we're concerned, when it comes to our own individual character, you can be a woman or like a fucking butcher or whatever. You choose to be your character. You can be a butcher or whatever. But for the most part, they're either firekeepers or priestesses. For the most part.
That's yeah, of course, because they willed intelligence and faith
Yeah.
high. Um, I'm glad you brought up the rings too, and how there's four of those. There was another correlation I was actually looking at that dealt with four. Do you have the four crush shields?
I know the descriptions of the fourth crest shields, but I do not have them all.
All right. So there's the regular crush shield, the first one,
Right. Which is
right?
the defense against dark. We talked about that before.
Right. Then the second is fire.
Right.
Then the third is the spirit tree, and then the other one
Which is
deflects
magic.
against magic. No, surprisingly, right? That's what I thought, right? But no,
Yeah.
they use tree as defense from lightning. So, you know, this tells a story within itself, right here. Like this crazy as it seems, right? So the first person that you see in Dark Souls 1 is the guy who drops you down the armor
Yeah.
set, right? And then
He's what's his name? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
right, so he picks up this shield and he has it. So it clearly states that he's probably from the land of Astora. Why? Because Anri was from the land of Astora, right? So we don't know really much about Astora, right? But we do know that the children were heavily affected um by what had happened. Maybe it was just her soul that was affected like that, and maybe not his. But why the same shield? And then you see him again also at unattended graves laid out, the same way he was laid out in part one, but this time he's actually on the vessel, right? So I try not to think too much deep into his presence and where he was at all those times. But the fact that he's in the beginning, or you encounter him again in this game, it's already showing you the story from the beginning. In the beginning, it was just darkness, right? Then the next shield is the Dragon's Crest shield. The shield protects from fire, right? That's its main protection. Then there was fire. So you got the first, Nito, right? He's basically death. He has to exist, so life exists, right? Life exists, he exists. So the fire exists, he can exist because that's where he gets his that's where he gets his power from. That's why all of the soul drags, it's not that, it's not that they have like this ability to shoot at you. It's just that when they're given a target to look at, they automatically go for the light. That's what all the darkness does, and that's what soul dregs do. They're drawn to the light. So it's like nature for them, and they were using that as tools. But that's another story right there with Aldrich. They have, yes, they have. Now the darkness that's on that shield, right? Now, mind you, there's only two things that we know about in this world and in the gaming world. Everything has an opposite to its existence in some manner of some way. There's the darkness, and then there was light. When there was light, then there was darkness. That's what they said. When light came, there was darkness and disparity. It's like, wait, darkness already existed, right? But it's like they're telling you, when light came, disparity, darkness came, and so forth and so on. So here you got the god of death, which is Nito. Then you have Izalith, right? That's the second shield, right? The way I look at it, if the shield has a protection from it, it has to have an element of it, or it has to have the opposite of what that is that it protects it against. So you'd have, yeah, just the crest shields. But we're talking about how the way they give you the shields, right, and the order that they are. The order is telling you the order in which each and every age passes. So the first shield is dark. So dark comes about. That was the first person who had the first soul. That was Nito. The second shield is fire. It's the dragon. It has to be made from some sort of tempered from fire, or it has to have something that opposes it made from it. As well, right? Which would make sense, right? So now with the last, well, not the last one, the third one is the spirit tree. Now, no, not the golden. We're gonna get to that one, because that's the whole point of the flames rising from the ashes. That's what's on the shield. Oh my God, you'll get it soon. We'll help you get it. The spirit tree is the third one. Why do I say the spirit tree is important? You know why? Because in the beginning of the game, they show you going down in the earth next to a tree. And when you, right, and that's when they start to show where the darkness came from. This all rooted under the tree. That's where Izalith did damage. That's where Izalith is in part 1. All you see is roots everywhere. It's under the ground. Even the Tomb of Giants are under the ground, right? So you see fire, right? Then you see where magic and all this other stuff has come about in the world. Now, they were already fighting, and we're talking about oppositions here, okay? Which kind of gets, it can get a little confusing if you kind of don't put certain things into perspective when it comes down to how they really twisted Dark Souls up. Because you would think just light deflects the dark, right? So we have light magic, but I have no light magic, bro. Like, that's not really what's fending off the darkness. It's the fire. It's the fire. Hold on, let me go to my I'm already in my file. I don't know where you are at this moment.
So there's some things that actually are correlated. I'm not sure if you realize this, okay? But when it comes to fire, fire is not only light, but it is fire. It is heat, okay? And then darkness is not only dark, but it is frost.
Well, because it's cold of energy, yeah. That could be the case too.
So fire is light and heat. Darkness is cold and frost. Like dark and frost.
I could see it like that. I could. I really could. I really could. You know? You know what I found the most interesting though? Right? Um the people that got casted out. Now, it's funny because we were talking about Ludlith, right? And I said there's a lot of people who've been exiled, you know, and most of the people that you know that's exiled in Dark Souls are people who studied pyromancy. You know, they'll be down in the swamp and that you end up fighting them, or you know, seeing somebody who's been exiled, and you can see it through the pyromancies that you get, such as the poisonous pyromancy, right? Coincidentally, science.
Like what is to be exiled? To be
Cast wherever you live, so you're no longer part of what they got going on. Yeah, whatever culture you've been exiled from that culture.
so when it comes to being a Lord of Cinder, to be exiled from that
Possibly, yes. Possibly. Possibly. That's why, you know, the whole thing is that they haven't returned to their thrones. You must go out and go get them. And this is the desperate measure that has come to, where the humans themselves, now even like, you see this guy sitting on the side of the stairs when you first start the game. He doesn't even believe that you can even go after these individuals because their soul is so great and has so much power that you can't possibly be going after them, right? Like, who would really go after them? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He felt like that, and that's why he just sat there. And I mean, the things that he said to you wasn't to discourage you, but it would be discouraging if you're the type of person who just can't really get through it. You know, you'd be like, all right, fuck it. I'm like Hawkwood right there. But you know, he gives his thanks to you, and you know, turns hollow and goes on.
it's gonna be a long battle.
Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. You know.
I mean, like, man, like, I love talking about it.
Some deep shit.
Though, like, the fact that Lulu the exile, he's exiled because probably what we're predicting is that he opposes it.
Yeah.
That's a new intel for me.
Right.
Like, I love this
Yeah.
it gets me more excited.
Exactly. You made it more sense to me because I didn't even think about that aspect. You know, I was like, they refuse to return to their thrones, and I was like, I understand what they mean by they refuse to return to their thrones. They don't even look like they got any sense. Like, they just want to murder you from the time you pass the fog. So, you know, when it comes to Ludlith, and then all the other people I'm starting to see exiled, I'm like, hell yeah, this shit makes sense. You know, because you know, the funny thing about it is that, mind you, that pyromancy is used for what skill? Intelligence, right? But they also use faith.
Yeah, see, like, you have some pyromancies that are purely just faith. You have some pyromancies
Ah.
that are purely just intelligence.
Hold on.
You have some
Hold on. Hold on. Now, the pyromancies that are just intelligence still stay in the fire region. What do I mean by that?
Okay. Before you even get to anything, I'm sorry to put you up again.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Come on.
We talked about systems of rising, which is what? Before pyromancy was even pyromancy, it was just intelligence, plain magic.
Right. Intelligence. Just that. Right?
Just that.
Now,
Just that.
after it started to develop, they started using faith and intelligence. But you see, only a person who would have to come from a level of benevolence, right, and would have the type of faith to create this particular type of pyromancy, right? You'd have to reach that level of faith. So here they are going, okay, we're using a little bit of intelligence to create this pyromancy. We're not just going with the flow of how we feel, you know? Like there has to be some sort of a balance here between certain ones. Now, they made an exception for pyromancy that was used with faith. But when you look at the pyromancies that are only solely built for for faith, those were the ones that got outcast.
Like warp and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, check. You know, but the one, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Wait.
Where you at right now?
In the bathroom. You heard? I was just in the bathroom. Sorry about that. I was in the bathroom.
Okay, okay. But where you at right now, Darksouls wise?
With this particular file,
I'm here to help you. So
I
we can go through, we can talk about stuff. Let's just go through.
got you. So I'm looking at Church of Yorshka, and I did take the other path. Yeah, I passed the Pontiff, and I went to Anne Orlando.
It's a new character, bro.
Yeah, this is a new character.
Alright, so,
I'm trying to get to that part right. Cause I know I was down. I beat that. I went to the Demon Ruins. That's done.
you're already in the last chapter.
Yeah. There's certain people I haven't beat, so I don't even want to beat them yet.
Do you have the water reserve yet, or
Damn, what was that? No. No, that's all the. Oh, that's far. Wait a minute. Let me go all the way up there, yeah.
I will be at this abandoned.
Hold on. Give me 1 second, because I'm looking at. I know I'm missing a bonfire somewhere. Here. The Abyss Watchers. There's one in between there. This one there. There you go. Okay, you know what? Dilapidated bridge. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so I would have to go the opposite direction. But I don't think they're gonna let me. I don't know if they're gonna let me in the archives if I didn't kill, because I didn't kill Yorm, and I didn't kill the Nameless King.
Any boss you haven't killed, I can be summoning.
Alright.
So if you haven't killed Yorm, I can be summoning in the Pontiff, like what's it called? Summon in Brooklyn Capital. If you haven't killed Yorm, or if you haven't killed Aldrich, you can be summoning in Orlando.
I'm looking at, because I know that if we take the opposite direction, we can go all the way down to. Yeah, I could have swore I went all the way down there. My fault, man. I'm actually looking for the bonfire that is right after the fight with King Osros, and I gotta get inside to do that. Yeah. So I gotta go kill this lady first to go and do that. And I was wondering, I think I could have swore I beat Osiris already. That's how I was able to go to Archdragon's Peak. That's why I'm like, what? Right. And that's why I'm like, wait a minute.
What? Okay, yeah, dude. Okay. So I'll be at the untended grapes, okay?
I,
I'll be
I
at the untended grapes.
no, no, no. Don't go there. Don't go there. I'm gonna go back. I gotta kill this woman at if I want to get inside.
Grapes?
Nah, I gotta hit the lady, the maiden lady, so the dancer can come out. I
Oh,
gotta kill the
you haven't
dancer.
beat the dancer yet?
Nah, I was trying to do it in a
Okay,
different way.
okay, okay. Be the dancer. Be the dancer. I'll be at Bort.
I bet.
All right, I'm at Bort. You didn't tell me that you didn't be the dancer yet, bro.
Yeah, nah, I didn't beat the
All right,
dancer.
I'm gonna put on the dark hand. I'm gonna put on dark. Anything dark does a lot of damage against you. Okay.
Yeah.
But easier to do, but easier to do dark. If we both put on dark hand, it'll be an easy fight. Do you have dark hand?
I do have the dark hand. I've never
Okay,
used it like
put on the dark hand, bro.
that. Yeah.
It's gonna be an easy fight. The only problem is you have to get right up in the grill, okay?
She tends to swing hard and heavy, so we'll see.
Okay. If
Get
that's
there.
if you can't do that, I
I
also
can do
have the
no.
middle
We
of
can get
your
inside.
okay? So I can always just bow her from a distance like we did last time.
It's cool. Should be able to
Last
take
time
on.
we like literally like two or three tried it. They used the bow.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up inside and see what I can do. Let's see.
Give me a second. I need to get away from all this noise. Give me a second. I'm rolling into the boss room. The aggro. I don't know if I'm out, okay?
But alright, so she is against dark.
The aggro.
Okay. So let me let's change this up.
Nah, bro. Yeah, use dark damage. Like the dark sword. Anything dark.
Hmm.
Or just use a bow build like opposed to an old great bow. That's a lot of damage too.
Right.
I'm gonna set myself up to use the noble great bow right now before we even start the fight, just so it doesn't go to the documents instead. Because that does a lot of aggro. We'll get our aggro, plus we'll do a lot of damage. So just give me 1 second, okay?
Got it. Alright. Fireball takes too long to throw. Oh, I can put dark on my weapon. That's good. I'll try that. What else can we use? Alright, I'll see which one of these work. I have to switch it up a little bit. I got something for her ass. He says you dark hand. Use the dark hand. Am I using the absorb thing?
No, you're just
Life
look
drain?
at the damage on the dark hand, bro. Like go to your status and look at the physical damage on the dark hand.
88. I haven't leveled it up.
You don't have to look at the dark hand. The dark hand doesn't level up.
The physical is 88.
Yeah, look at the dark on
The dark is big. Yeah.
What is the dark saying?
So 150 plus 123.
Okay, now go to your status. Now go to your status. Okay? Are you on your status?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Hold on.
What does it say? R weapon 1?
Yup.
R weapon 2?
Yeah, 452.
452.
452
Dark hand.
for my dark hand.
That's how much damage it does
That's
per
how.
hit.
Yep.
That's a lot.
I guess that's. I mean, yes. I'm gonna
That's a
try to
lot,
use it.
bro.
Which hand should I have it in? The left or the right?
The right, the right,
The
the
right.
right.
Okay.
And then put like some sort of like shield in the left if you want to block hits. But like the amount of damage that both of us are gonna be doing, it's gonna be pretty strong.
Okay. I
Just
believe
give me a
you.
second to optimize my arm real quick.
Mhm. Oh. Mm.
Okay. Alright. We're writing.
All right. Cool.
Put my son down, okay?
All right.
He's gonna be outside the doors.
Cool. All right. Let me use my stuff.
Give me 1 second.
From Emberg, but I don't see this. Oh, it won't be down there because I already beat Fort.
Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I gotta
Mhm. Take time.
30 seconds.
You good? Yeah.
Okay. My sign is right outside the bonfire.
No, it's not gonna work there.
Not outside the bonfire, outside the boss room. In front of the boss room.
Oh, okay. I'm fine. Okay.
Like right in front of the boss room.
Got you. All right. So.
I said to you the silver knights. Just kind of
All right. So I guess we should put a password for this.
yes. Dude, I did not put a password. Let me get rid of the silver knight. I'll be doing with one. You get rid of them and I'll put a password on.
All right. The password is BK.
He's dead. What's the password?
BK.
BK?
Yeah.
Lowercase b?
Yeah. Why not?
It should be right outside the boss room. If not, I'll reset it.
Give it some time to appear.
Set up the wizard.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right in the boss room.
All right. I'm gonna use the dry finger.
BK, right?
Yep. I hope I don't get no invaders. I put my sign down and reset it and take it away. There.
Alright, so it's BK. Be there.
As a B as in boy, right?
Yeah, B is in boy, lowercase b, lowercase k.
Cool. My sign down. Let me see what happens. Nothing.
I'm gonna ember up just in case.
Should I talk to her first?
Yeah, no, yeah, bro, yes. You have to talk to her first. You have to initiate the boss fight first.
Nah, I didn't think I needed to do that before.
Yeah,
What is... Are you not a Lord Seeker?
like yourself for the first time.
Head to the base of the high wall and seek the Lords of Cinder. Is this not the calling of your kind since ages past?
You're gonna fight her on your own for the first time.
What? My...
I got the basin.
Yeah, so you're
Alright,
gonna
let's
fight her the second time you need summon her, okay?
go. Okay.
Let me know when you die. If you die, I have faith.
I got a lot of souls.
It's okay, you can reclaim them, bro.
Yeah.
You can follow the soul's ring if you want to.
Nice. Dark it is, make them baby. Oh my gosh, she ran the whole way. I hit her right in the face. She's like, mother. Really? Oh my goodness. No, man. With all these Estes, I better not. I've faced her before. Not that bad. I haven't even tried yet. I've been trying to get myself into gear here. Yeah. Alright, let me at least get some of my energy back. Okay. Oh, she got me. I didn't get around her butt fast enough. Oh, shit. Yeah, she's doing her little twirly whirly. Yes, I'm trying. Oh my god, because once she gets the distance on you, oh my goodness. Yeah, I will. That's funny. I'm out of here. What I like about Ebony's Maw is that it keeps on going. Yeah, no, not Pestilent Mist, Dorothy's Gnaw. Yeah. Wow, son. I couldn't run from that? Jeez Louise. That's not fair. Come on. Yeah, her energy's mostly down, so I'm gonna have to do what you said. Oh, come on, man. Really, that hoe caught me from there? Have to run inside of her again with those dark punches. Nope. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh. Oh. No. Oh my god, but I'm so close. I'm so close to it. You might get your wish. She's trying her hardest to get to me, but she cannot. Fucking G. Oh. Got her right at her leg. Oh shit, there you go. Really, really, all you want, so come this way. Right? Oh, oh. She thought. Stop suing her. Oh my goodness. No, we're almost there though. That shit. Oh my god. Oh, the spin around is not the thing right now. Ah. Ooh, she's dirty. Definitely not. Oh my god. My javelin has failed me. Oh. Oh my. Wow. I am. I'm definitely. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Alright. I ran out of freaking. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Nah. Can't get me. Not yet. Not yet. Kind of stuck. That's the way I want her right now. Stuck in the freaking wall. She don't like it. Ooh. Oh, I love it. It's over. for you to just answer. It's over for you. It's cancer. Oh my god. Yeah, tell me that shit go right through her legs? Yo, that was crazy. Then like one more hit. One more hit. Got her. Yeah. I told you I beat her before. It's over. Damn, that's messed up. I feel bad. I guess it had to happen. Nah, I'll be Ponce for later. Pick this file. I'm just gonna go down. I gotta meet the.
I honestly did not expect you to finish it that fast.
Yeah. I beat her before. The garden. That's where we gotta go. Yeah, they gotta go beat Mr. Osiris up. Ignorant slaves. I don't think that's not for too long, actually.
I mean,
Oh, thank you.
is it Osiris?
Yeah. So in that little walkway space right there, when you climb up the ladder,
Yeah.
You know, I'm just wondering, like, can I, like,
Osiris is a difficult fight. You have lightning damage?
oh, I have lightning, yeah. I didn't change my weapons out. I mean, my magic. Would I have to beat the 4 lords according to get into the Grand Archives?
No. Look, anything in this game is optional. If you have enough power, you can get through it, then you can do it.
I don't think that they let you in. The Grand Archive doors are closed sometimes when you go there because you got to do certain things first.
Oh, okay. So when it comes to the Grand Archives, you have to beat all 4 lords.
Okay, I figured. Okay.
My bad.
No, it's cool. Alright, let me see now. I can't use this dark hand down here. I gotta find something more electrical. Let's see.
Yeah, the 4 lords, you have to do all 4 kinds of access to archives.
I would imagine that he would be weak to bleeding. Osiris. Would he be weak to bleeding?
He's a dragon.
Well, he doesn't have no scales, though.
He's a dragon.
I guess.
Bet you. Swear to God. Try hiding on him, he'll die.
Alright. I know most lightning is for dragons. So we'll do that for this one. I'm gonna try different stuff, though.
I've done lightning multiple times. He's a magic-based, magic-resistant dragon.
Okay.
The only thing that works on him is lightning.
Alright, so make this lightning blade. I don't have the magic. But I have a sword that'll do it. That'll work. I'm here. Put your sign down, like, right upstairs in that little square area.
It's another boss room. Okay, hang on. Dude, what the hell? It's, oh, you made it something. Oh, okay. Hang on, give me a sec.
Base. Where the knight is?
Yeah, what's the name?
The what knight?
Yeah.
No, I think I said the what knight?
The what's the name guarding the entrance? Damn.
Guarding the entrance.
Damn. God damn. He does not play, bro. It's the cathedral night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you dirty rat.
Come on, bro. Yeah, dude, fucks me up, bro.
Yeah, they do.
I'm right in front of the bonfire. Like our bonfire
By the tree. Wait, are you down in the...
like right by the waterfall.
Oh, man, I thought you were upstairs here gonna walk me through this shit. Okay.
Not bad, bro.
I'm like, what?
Need some of that.
Alright, so let's scroll
If
down.
I can help you, bro.
I'll roll off the cliff here. Body over here.
Please just play that high percentage.
Tight night shot.
But someone's like, well, I'm like,
on my back? I didn't know that they could do that. Wow. Wait, what? The Ultra Knight. Yeah, they swing pretty hard, don't they? Titanite chunks. Titanite chunks. Alright, let me go back down. I'm gonna go back the other way. Alright, I'm here. I gotta get past these two to get to the fog wall. Alright, I could run past them. Then I'm gonna be stuck fighting like that. So we're not gonna do that. But they gonna get this javelin work. Help me! Oh! I know the feeling, believe me. Because 9 times out of 10, they always seem to get me. Especially when I start running. Yep. I'm around there right now.
On the right side, right next to
that's around. I'm running around in a circle. Wait, did you put me inside of the circle? Did you put your sign in the circle, or?
I'm like on the rafters on the right.
Oh my god, I'm trying my best.
Where like the little bridges.
I know he's gonna come. You should put your sign down, right? Put it in the middle. Yeah.
Item that's like on the rafters next to him. I'm on those rafters.
On the rafters? Oh. You jumped on top of the podiums or something like that? kind of hard for me to do. I'm like running from this lava. Let's see. All right. On the controller, just press and hold the share button, or just press it once. Alright, so where it says screenshot, nah, just and it is saved. So you just go to your capture gallery, message. You mean in the PlayStation menu? That's where you're sharing. hmm So on your controller, you just press share. Yeah, everything should be fine. Or GG3. Either one works. Yeah, whatever one works for me. Yeah. It's not the. Oh. I don't think it's unattended graves. Or is it unattended graves? That's the bonfire of the dragon. It's no, it's Osiris's bonfire. Osiris. Osiris's bonfire. Yep. Yep. Oh God, man. It's like I can. No, I'm fighting one of his knights. You will. Oh, I gotta drink some Kool-Aid, man. How'd you get there so fast? Oh my God. Uh-oh. Ah, I knew it. I have a problem rolling away fast in this game, man. I only got freaking 2 damn things left. Now I got 1. Great. Yeah. Nah. I was almost about to go back to what I was doing. I was gonna go back. Yeah, with this character, yeah. No, I beat everybody. I'm at the boss fog wall, but I'm running around the King's Garden for a minute. Just pick up some of the stuff that's on the ground. Human pine resin. Some people did not survive. Yeah, I'm gonna put on Cyrus. This guy in the corner over here. Human pine resin. I don't think I can summon him yet. Alright. GG3. Alright, I'm where Hawkwood is at though. So his sign should be here. Yeah, I don't see a sign anywhere. Oh yeah. Black fireball. GG3. How do I accept?
Give you an option to accept.
And normally it would.
All it's saying is that right now I'm on the stairs in front of Versailles.
The fog wall.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. It's alright. You wanna play yours?
We could try.
Yeah. Let's try yours. So let me get.
Start your character, okay?
All right. Where do you want me to meet you?
Give me 30 seconds, okay?
All right. So you need to find out. Okay. Gotcha.
Let me see. Do you want me to summon you for the High Lock Water? High Lock Water?
Okay. All right. Cool.
You mean like so I can went through the beginning, okay?
All right. Cool. Let me exit this character, and I'll use my other character for that. Oh, I think I'm getting nauseous.
No, bro. Honestly, is it cool? Would it be cool for you if we start a character like on another?
Yeah. Sure.
Only because I'm saying I got work tomorrow, so
Yeah. It's already 12:40. Yeah. It's already 12:46, man. I know you got work tomorrow. Don't worry about it, man.
bro, I've been working full time recently, so if it's cool, we can start it on let's say Wednesday. We could do like on this Thursday or Wednesday.
Sounds cool to me. I'll be on. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Yeah, definitely. You got work, man. I know what that's like. I work too. Alright. Cool. Talk to you later, time. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, good night.